Do you know what time it is?
What?
Time to die.
Hi, Lacoste TK here. Today I want to talk about why it feels like the worst time to be a cinephile, even when it's actually great. If you're a cinephile, you've probably felt it, an overwhelming sense that cinema is in decline. But is it really? Despite all the complaints about the current state of movies and TV, that includes myself, by the way, there are more opportunities to experience great content than ever before. I'm not saying the complaints aren't warranted, because they are. However, today, let's just focus on great cinema. And yes, I consider TV shows of today to be cinema. Shoot me, I don't care. But first, let's start with a bit of contextual history of how we used to watch movies and TV shows. Remember when you watched TV shows and movies when you were kids, and after the ending you'd play with your friends and discuss what happened in the episode or the ending of a movie? Well, the reason for that was simple: cable TV. Now, as bad as cable TV was in terms of not being able to choose when you watched your favorite shows or movies, or how expensive it was and still is to unlock every channel on it, the one advantage of it is that you all got to watch the same things across the country at the same time, whether you liked it or not. And that made it easy to discuss things after, because of the uniformity of the model. When you watched House MD, you would discuss it with your friends. Mad Men, Breaking Bad, How I Met Your Mother. Personally, I didn't watch these yet, but I watched the most popular character in history, Goku, and his friends go on adventures in Dragon Ball Z.
Has Frieza pushed Goku's rage to new heights? And can Goku avenge the life of his close friend Krillin? The only way to find out is to stay tuned to the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I would come back from school with my friends, watch Dragon Ball Z on SABC2 at homes around 4 p.m., then go and play soccer on the street after it ends. And we would discuss it because we saw it all at the same time. That happened thanks to cable TV, and now enters the disruptor.
You know any good mysteries?
Something with some cool accents.
Let's just scroll.
Oh no, not the scroll. These people are really about to push my buttons. Here we go.
Mysterious looking.
Settle in for this.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best choice is not to choose. I'm sorry that I'm so sensitive. I'm an empath.
When streaming entered the space, it wasn't too popular here in South Africa, but the internet was beginning to be, including smartphones around 2012. That was a shift in where people started to expand how they get entertainment. Some people it was YouTube, some it was social media, before it became a drag. Then we started not to pay attention to TV that much, especially when we started to grow up and we have more responsibilities in our lives. It was getting harder to shape your life around a TV show that has its own schedule. Streaming made it easier. Yay! With Netflix being being the popular one in South Africa. Now everyone had the choice and unlimited TV and movie catalog. You would go international, local, sometimes both. This divided us into individual consumers of something, where the only way you talk about the same shows or movies with people is with internet forums and channels on social media. Now there was a marriage between TV and social media. People stopped watching the same things at the same time, so we couldn't discuss things in person unlike before. You need to hunt your fellow comrades somewhere on the internet, and only with your comrades Only with your immediate friends and family will you be able to discuss what you just watched with people after it ends. Yeah, after audiences around the world got access to subscribe to streaming services, those companies wanted to keep your subscription forever. How? Well, by
Who are you?
I'm Ray.
Ray who?
Ray Skywalker.
as you know, it's easier to produce TV shows and movies that are of low quality than higher quality. So because they wanted our eyes to be glued to the screen at all times, man, they produced a lot of shitty TV shows and movies. The writing suffers, which is the most important part of any production. They would hire incompetent rookies and give them high budgets to make shows and movies just so they can fill their platforms with content and hurt their brand. But they didn't care because the demand of from all over the world is huge, and they focus on short-term rewards and long-term. And they hired rookies because they were able to control them, telling them what to do and influencing the way the direction of those TV shows and movies go. If you don't put out new content, people will unsubscribe. And remember, that is a no-no. They rather hate their long-established brands with low quality just to keep you subscribed. Which brings us to let me ask you this. Have you been watching the new Suits spin-off? Are you excited about Alien TV show spin-off? Are you excited about the Ironheart TV show? Are you watching the Star Trek and Marvel TV shows spin-offs of spin-offs? Well, all those are coming out.
You serious?
Well, they pay me by the letter.
And they are the most marketed because of their established brand names. Therefore, you are more likely to click on them on the streaming services than shows you never heard of. And most of us do. You click on it, the writing is bad to just okay. The CGI suffers because it's rushed, and the music, cameos, and familiar names are slapped on it, and they market it and they release it and just call it a day, thinking that's enough for people to watch. And most people do. But they forget it immediately. It lacks anything that you would normally remember it by. They lack the timeless codes like you either die a hero
Or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
or
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
which brings me to
3 women who run a salon in Soho who are just trying to get by, and they have snakes for hair, and they turn dudes into stone.
Okay.
So right now, the show, it's a little, I don't know. And I think that you, Sally Reed, could bring to it more of a,
I don't know what you mean.
So right now, the show, it's more, yeah. And you could bring it to more of a, yeah.
I think I know what you're saying. I have a client right now that's bringing to a Fox show that before was just,
So we're looking for less and more.
That actually wasn't in the email. Sally doesn't do, she does, yeah, she does, no. And she'll do like,
Okay, I understand. So instead of, it's more,
I really think you should do it.
Have you ever heard of a TV show called Fleabag? How about Pam and Tommy? How about The Recruit? Or maybe Barry? If you have, then congratulations. You are a nerd and a cinephile. These shows are of quality made. Their writing is sharp and focused. Why? Because they have to. They have no foundation to rely on for cheap replacement of great writing. These shows excel because they are a product of original passion. The creators of them are not hired. They approach studios in order for them to get funding and be produced. When it comes to movies, have you ever watched The Wailing? How about Sarafina? How about Crimson Peak? If you haven't, go and check out these movies. They are available on streaming services right now. Some are old and complete, and some are still ongoing. Original shows like Landman, The White Lotus, Severance, Invincible, Penny Dreadful, Mindhunter, The 100, Silo, all the White Princess series are all waiting to be supported by you. Watch them and review them, and maybe we will get more of them. I don't know. And hopefully they will be marketed heavily just like they do with their low level quality but recognizable high budget TV shows and movies. It's also not helped that it's likely people will often watch a video about how bad a big TV show or a movie is than they are to watch how small a great TV show or a movie is. So, to answer the question, no, cinema is not at its worst. It's just overrun with too many bad productions with high budget on our faces. With good ones they produce need more focus to fund them. However, sometimes small TV shows and movies become popular than they thought, and people love it. Shows like Squid Game or The Queen's Gambit. Why? I don't know, but that's just how it is. I don't get it either. So, cinephiles, go out there and support indie and original productions. They often hit than they miss. And by that, I say thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
They're so badly hurt. But taking on aliens in another dimension? That's just Tuesday. I'm sure he's explaining nicely why they should leave us alone.
You don't seem to understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer.